Yeah.
So well, there's a big difference between truth and being right. It's truth edifies, it mutually builds up, it unites, and it expands. So truth edifies, unites, and expands, whereas being right actually degrades, it divides, and it constricts. So the essence of truth, and there's a fine line between it. Too much of anything's bad. Drink 500 gallons of water a day. See how you fare. It's not a good thing. And so the question on truth and rightness is what I'm engaging in mutually edifying, or am I degrading somebody else? Is it uniting us, or is it dividing us? And is it expanding, or is it constricting? Here's what I mean. And this is an epidemic. If you're here today and you're a parent, please listen to me. Teach your children early on that all truth, no matter what banner it's under, is from God. And here's why. Because if you take a hard stance on being right, that all truth is found in the Bible, for instance. Well, the Bible everything in the Bible is true, but it doesn't contain all truth. Let me use a hyperbole. Don't smoke crack is a really good idea, but it's not in the Bible. Okay? And so you want to teach your children every truth, no matter what banner it's under, is ordained and is out of the mouth of God. And here's why you want to do that. Paul said it this way: all things are already yours. And so if an 18-year-old goes to college and they've been taught their whole life that if it's not in the Bible, it's not true, all it takes is one smart person poking one hole in that little bit of faith, and the whole faith system crashes down on them. That's why you see 18 to 21-year-olds leaving the faith in the droves. It's because they build their faith around rightness instead of truth. Rightness constricts the whole thing. Let me use an example. If your concept of faith is a house, if I'm not allowed to show up at your house and build a room, then your faith has a problem. If your faith is a house, it's one thing to show up at someone's house with a bulldozer. It's another thing to show up at someone's house with tools and something to add a room onto. And so to be engaging in truth needs to consider, truth always considers the other person, being right does not. Truth always considers the basic well-being of the universe, like are we moving together? Rightness says we don't care who's with us or who's against us, we're in, you're out. And truth also is easily expanded. What I see in the Bible is that people who refuse to let God stretch them eventually missed out, because the Bible is full of curveballs. The Bible is full of God revealing himself in a new and fresh way, and that demanded the answer to the question, is it okay? I'll give you a great example. Philip has an encounter with the Ethiopian eunuch. And the Ethiopian eunuch says, is there any reason I can't be baptized? Remember the story from Acts 9? Now, wait a minute. Now, Philip was a very conservative Galilean Jew. To a very conservative Galilean Jew, is there any reason why a genital-free African cannot be baptized? You got an African guy missing anatomy, and he says, I want to be baptized. Well, to a good conservative Galilean Jew, someone who's been physically maimed and someone who's not a Jew, they don't have any part of us. And remember what Philip says? He says, according to my tradition, I shouldn't even have a meal with you, but God has changed my heart. I'm going to baptize you. Why? Because truth demanded it.